Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Gemini Journalist, a podcast for your listening and entertainment purposes. So, it is indeed an honor to have you joining us here, tapping in. If you're either tapping in on Amazon Music or right here on Spotify, it does not matter where you're tapping in from. Across the globe, the Caribbean, the United States, UK, in Canada, wherever across the globe you are, I hope you are having yourselves a fabulous day. If you are here for the very first time, please ensure that you check out all the other content that we would have shared here. Ensure that you go across all social media platforms and follow your girl, the Gemini Journalist. That's the main name. Once you type that in on any social media platform, you will indeed locate the account. Now, on TikTok, it's a little bit different. So you're going to look for story time with the Gemini, and you will indeed find your girl, the Gemini Journalist, right there. On Instagram, same, the Gemini Journalist. You'll also be seeing me on YouTube. You want to head on over the Gemini Journalist. You want to subscribe to the channel, go through the content, and like the content that you would have seen there. Make sure you share my works across the entire globe with your friends and family. Now, right here on Spotify, what we have been doing is sharing the works of both myself and other authors. I would have dropped in between some of my culture's history, right here in the Caribbean, in Jamaica. Everyone likes to hear something about the culture. So if you have not yet checked out any of the content here, you definitely want to head on over and check those out. Also, for the cultural aspect of the program, you would see where I would have shared a little Patwa class session. So if you want to learn how to talk Jamaican, you definitely want to go ahead and check that one out. But not to delay too much, what we are going to be doing here today is the reading of Mummy and Daddy, Do You Still Love Me Anymore? This one was written by Frenchaire Gardner, and it's also the artwork was done by Dale Chambers. Now, Frenchaire Gardner is from Dallas, Texas, and she graduated from Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas in 2002 with a Bachelor of Arts in both psychology and sociology. She's a serial entrepreneur, and of course, she loves to create. She likes to design merchandise with her abstract paintings. She created and hosts in an interview style business podcast called A News You Can Use podcast. So you also want to go check that out by Frenchaire. She is an advocate for black and brown business owners. She served communities in several capacities as an insurance agent, community vending, and managing a multi-family property. She produces the hip hop, or should I say, she produced the hip hop instrumental album Supernova Universe. She is the co author of two anthologies, Finding Joy in Journey, Volume 2, and The Single Saved Struggle, The Struggle Continues audiobook. So you definitely want to head on over and check those out. That is through your very own author, Frenchaire Gardner. Now, as her book that we'll be sharing today, Mummy and Daddy, Do You Still Love Me? The book spreads love and hope to foster and adopted children with the message that their biological parents still love them despite their separation. This book also discusses from the point of view of the child, the experience of being taken to foster care, being adopted, and feeling abandoned by their families. This book is a personal dedication to her four children, Joseph Jr., Frenchaire II, Melchizedek, Malcolm X, and Sarai. So, and of course, Mommy and Daddy still loves you. So that is from Frenchaire through to her kids. Mommy and Daddy always loves you. All right, now, guys, so not to delay too much, we are going to dive right into it. Of course, the book was dedicated by her children, Sarai, Frenchaire II, Melchizedek, Malcolm X, Joseph Jr., and my mama, Virgie Gardner. I love you all. Mummy and Daddy, Do You Still Love Me Anymore? Written by Frenchaire, Gardner. Our family was always together happily. We had so much fun. We ran around in the yard and sang songs in the street. People would approach us with their arms stretched out wide, offering caresses, candy, or even clothes. They called us Indigo Kids. One thing is for sure, our family did things our own way. One of us was even born on the city bus. I guess Melchizedek just couldn't wait to join our family. His birth announcement even made the newspaper. No matter what, our family always stuck together. First, it was just us three, Mummy, Daddy, and me. Then came my sister, Frenchaire too, my brother Melchizedek, and finally baby Sarai. Daddy always cooked our meals and you played with us. There was always something to do. Reading lots of books, practicing words and our ABCs, and learning our numbers. If love were money, we would have been millionaires. Mummy worried a lot about money. Sometimes we didn't have gas, lights, or even water in our house. When that happened, we barbecued outside. We'd go on scavenger hunts and find places to fill up water jugs so we could drink, cook, and stay clean. Time flies when you're having fun, especially tough times. We had a blast gathering wood and twigs to light and build fires for Daddy to use for cooking, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We'd all gather around laughing and singing. Mama called it camping. When things got really tough, Mummy could ask people for money so we could eat or so she could buy diapers and pay for a day in a hotel. Wherever she stood, we were right there by her side. And even though we were too young to know exactly what was happening, we knew we were loved by Mummy and Daddy and so many others. Even though they told us kids not to argue and fight, Mummy and Daddy did all the time. They argued way too much, so much that we'd get scared that someone would get hurt or taken away to adult timeout, jail. But when Mummy and Daddy were working, things were better and the days seemed much brighter. We'd shop for new clothes and have special treats. Then hard times would hit again and we'd be back in long lines. Some of them seemed like they'd never end. There were lines to eat, lines to just pick up food, and lines for clothes. We'd count and play games to pass the time. No matter the situation, Mummy and Daddy made every day an adventure. We'd jam to the tunes playing on the radio that was attached to baby Sarai's stroller. It was so much fun. Even though adults tell kids not to fuss and fight, sometimes they do it themselves. And that was the case with Mummy and Daddy. Even though nobody liked it when it happened, sometimes when the arguments were too long or loud, Mummy or Daddy had to go to something like adult timeout, a place called jail. Mummy told us to always go where the love is, so that's what we did. We moved, we had each other, and our new puppy. We didn't see Daddy so much around that time, but we saw plenty of Grandma and Grandpa who would watch us while Mummy worked. We had our routine down pat. First breakfast, then brushing our teeth and getting dressed. Then it was off to school while Mummy worked. Then she'd pick us up from school and we'd catch the bus home. One day, while on our way to see the doctor, Daddy showed up at the bus stop. We were so excited to see him. It had been so long. Because Mommy and Daddy argued so much, a judge gave them lots of rules to follow for themselves and for us. One rule was that we weren't supposed to see our father. There were people called social workers who checked on our family to make sure we were all right and that our parents were following the rules. After the social worker found out we'd seen our dad, the biggest change of all came. One afternoon, the social worker picked all four of us up from daycare instead of Mummy. From then on, we stayed in different homes with people who wanted to care for us. Some were really kind, others not so much. We still kept in touch with Mummy the whole time and spoke to her on the computer once a week. She'd asked us all about the interesting stuff, how we were doing, what we learned in school, and our friends' names. We mostly asked about our daddy. Eventually, different foster homes became just one. Mummy was the one to tell us that someone in another state had adopted us and we would be starting a brand new life. We all felt so much too much to put into words. Mummy assured us time and space can never separate us. We are one. I am you and you are me. And I love you no matter where you are. That was 7 years ago. We're all growing and changing and learning so much at school. Sometimes when things are quiet, we all wonder, Mummy and Daddy, do you love us anymore? And even though she's not right next to us every single day, we can feel Mummy's words echo in our hearts. Time and space can never separate us. We are one. I am you and you are me, and I love you no matter where you are. Yes, indeed. So that was Mummy and Daddy, Do You Still Love Me Anymore? Written by Frenchaire Gardner and the artwork done by Dale Chambers. So once again, this is indeed a kids book that is located on Amazon. The perfect gift for Christmas for the kids. You can definitely donate this one across homes that may have kids, foster homes. You can donate it to schools. You can go to the kids' hospitals and give them out to kids. Just definitely purchase these books and give them out to give the child today who you definitely know would indeed appreciate having a book for Christmas. Now, if you have not yet followed all my social media platforms, once again, you definitely want to go ahead on YouTube and follow and subscribe to the Gemini Journalist. Go through the content, listen to all the works that are there, ensure that you like, ensure that you share with your friends and family right across the globe. Also, your girl is on story time with the Gemini on TikTok, so you definitely want to go on and follow on that account as well. Remember, also on Instagram stories, the Gemini Journalist, you definitely want to head on over. The Gemini Journalist is also on Twitter and right here on Spotify. If you've not yet followed, you want to continue, you want to ensure that you go ahead and follow. Same on Amazon Music. So make sure you guys stick around, share the contents with your friends, your family, hit like if you enjoyed what's happening here, and we definitely will see you again. So it was a great honor having you here today. Thank you so much for tapping in. We definitely will be seeing you again. Stay safe, have a blessed rest of your day. Happy holidays to you and the family, and thank you for tapping in. We see you soon.